We spent the past nearly 3 months in Thailand, pretty much building up our spice tolerance for this moment. So I think we're up for the challenge. Just need to breathe for a second. Good morning. We are here in Koh Lanta, and this one is going to be more of a vibe. I gotta say, you can really get used to the island life here in southern Thailand. Right now we're on Bamboo Beach and there aren't a lot of people here. Anyway, we're gonna explore the island a little bit and probably get in this water too.
Thailand has plenty of beautiful islands, but we wanted to show you why Koh Lanta should 100% be a stop on your travels.
And since we're budget travelers, for this video we're gonna show you exactly how much we spent in a couple days here. Okay, it's day one and we're starting out with $0 spent. Well, scratch that. Let's include our nightly rate for our accommodation right off the bat. Also, Bamboo Beach is beautiful, but occasionally you'll have to share the beach with some friends. Never seen monkeys actively swimming before. This is kind of cool. They're literally jumping off the tree like a couple of young kids doing like somersaults and flips. Ever seen a monkey swim?
No.
Now, as tempting as it may be, please don't feed the monkeys, or any wild animal for that matter. We don't need these little guys any more aggressive than they already are. Next plan was to head a little bit further down the island, but the entrance fee here stopped us right in our tracks.
Well, we were gonna go check out the national park, but we thought the entrance price was a little steep for the short time that we would be there. It's gonna be 200 baht per person and then another 20 baht for each of us on the motorbike. So maybe another day, but for now we are going to head into Old Town. This has got to be one of the best views that we've had on our scooters. Which reminds me, our rental was 200 baht a day, so we'll add another $5.45 to our budget tracker.
Well, we made it to Old Town. The area right near the pier has these cool like sculptures made out of recyclable materials, I think. But can we talk about this lobster? I really don't know what to talk about, but it's cool though.
We can talk about Old Town though. This is your first stop before leaving on any boat tours.
Bought this shirt for 100 baht. What do you think? Fit?
Now, before we join the tour, food is a must. And no one wants to be hangry in the middle of the ocean. A watermelon shake, mango lassi, a chicken sandwich, and the usual pad thai later, and we're out 400 baht. We have heard incredible things about this particular boat tour. It's supposed to make 4 stops, and then the grand highlight of this is going to be the Emerald Cove or Cave. I can't really remember what it's called. That's the one I'm looking forward to the most. But the weather conditions are absolutely incredible, so we should get some really great views. There are a ton of places that you can book this tour. We actually booked it through Viator, and it was super easy. We could just reserve our spot online. We didn't have to go up to any vendors and kind of shop around. So if you want to book a Viator excursion yourself, we do have an affiliate link. It's no cost to you, but we do get a small kickback. So if you want to support us, that's a great way to do it. And we'll leave a link in the description. I cannot.
Stopped at another island for lunch and in good time too because I am starving.
Really? I ate like a whole watermelon.
You ate like 4 whole watermelons and surprisingly a lot of pineapple.
First time in my life. You used
Enjoying pineapple?
used to pay me to try pineapple.
Yeah. But I'm not sure how long we're gonna stay here. We just grab some food, probably hang out on the beach. So maybe we get some sun. I might take a nap, honestly.
This is like, I feel like I'm gonna say this for every Thai island we go to, but like picture ass. Like this is classic southern Thailand.
It's kind of wild because it's like no one on the beach. And it's such an epic looking beach. Our boat tour included lunch, which was some chicken, veggies, and some rice. Okay, well, a lot of rice.
With full bellies and energies replenished, it's finally time to head to the spot we've all been waiting for, the Emerald Cave.
Now, there's only one way to get to the hidden beach at the end of Emerald Cave, and that's by swimming. On this part of our tour, you're required to wear a life jacket, which I'm now realizing is not the best look for me. I swear I'm a really good swimmer, but this one is riding up.
As we swam further into the cave, it became pitch black, and only having the voices of other swimmers to go off of somewhere in the darkness added to the eeriness.
Well, we swam about 80 meters through a pitch black cave and got to this little oasis. It's very crowded, but it doesn't take away from anything. It's like still very nice.
It's very nice.
The beach can only be reached when the tides are low enough, and its isolated location made it the perfect hiding place for pirates' booty in the past. The 4 Islands tour cost us a little over $27 per person, so we'll add another $54 to today's expenses.
How you feeling after that?
Good, that was like a very relaxing tour. Like probably one of our most relaxing tours. Usually it's like a lot of people and choppy waters and kind of chaos, but the beaches we stopped at were really nice. The snorkeling spots were like prime.
Yeah, it was relaxing, but my dry bag got wet, so there's that. We don't need to talk about that.
Sun is setting, so we are heading off to a night market. Tony thinks that it opens at 6, a little before 6 right now. Oh, my sunburn.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Walking Street is on the north side of the island, so we've got about a 15-minute drive ahead of us.
So this is Walking Street. It's a little bit more pricier than other night markets we've been to, yeah?
Yeah, pricier and quieter.
Yeah, it's a little quieter.
Yeah, but like our normal entrees were 100 baht. I feel like previous night markets they've been like 60.
The food was good though. There's also not a ton of variety in stands. There's your Thai pancakes, your roti stands, your grilled meats, and then there's a lot of like kebab stands too.
Those were really sweet, like too sweet for me. You probably like it.
We did the typical thing and ordered some fruit shakes and some street food, and capped the night off with our favorite Thai beer.
Oh, and I had a bit of a shopping impulse and picked up a souvenir hat. And with the boat tour, our total expenses from day one were a bit higher than what we're used to at $115 for the both of us.
The next day, we decided to head to an animal shelter. Lanta Animal Welfare is a non-profit charity, and they do amazing work rehabilitating and caring for hundreds of stray animals in Koh Lanta and the surrounding islands. Many parts of Thailand are overrun with stray cats and dogs, and Lanta Animal Welfare provides first aid, vaccinations, and preventative health care to animals that are suffering.
There's a lot of ways that you can support this shelter. One is just by visiting. It was 250 baht for each of us to come and tour and get to know the shelter more. You can sponsor a pet, you can adopt a pet, you can also volunteer to be what they call a flight volunteer. So these dogs that need to be adopted and shipped to their new homes, they need a volunteer to fly with the dog. So it doesn't cost you anything to be a flight volunteer. And they have a list of the country that the dog needs to go to and the time. So if you're planning a trip and are heading back home and your country's on the list, you can volunteer to bring a dog or cat to their new home. Likes the butt scratches.
Yeah.
We were brought all through the shelter, through like the hospital area. We could see where the dogs in healing were, and then where all of the dogs that were healthy and happy and ready to be adopted. They gave a lot of really great background information on the dogs that are at risk, what brings them in, and just kind of the backstory on some of the little ones here.
She got hit by a car, full on the head, poor darling. And she had a bit of brain damage. So in the beginning, when she just came in here, We fixed her up, we really did, but it means she's still a little bit cross-eyed. And in the beginning, it was still a bit swollen, so whenever she wanted to jump on something, she would miss, which of course would crack me up completely, which is not nice, but now she's really, really good. She jumps on everything, and nobody bothers her. She doesn't bother anybody else, so she's a really good girl.
Now it's time for lunch, and we're about to get a little bit spicy.
So we stopped in this place called Koh Lanta, and from what I've read, they do spicy and they don't pull punches for tourists. But I think we spent almost 3 months here in Thailand building up our spice tolerance. I think we're ready for it, but we'll see.
I mean, just look at those chilies.
I wasn't trying to blow fire, so I went with the Pad See Ew.
Similar like flavor to pad thai, but since the noodles are a lot like bigger and thicker, it's a little heartier. Like a little bit, feels a little bit heavier of a dish.
For me, I probably got the spiciest dish on the menu, but it came with heart-shaped rice.
That is very spicy. Yeah, I personally would not be able to finish that whole thing. But I bet if I had tried that in our first week in Thailand, I would be like on the floor. So the fact that I'm forming sentences is growth.
Yeah, it's certainly hot. The worst part is that it burns my tongue, so I can't tell if it's like the temperature is hot or if like the spices are just so hot. We're gonna make it through though. Just need to breathe for a second. I made it as far as I could, but I'm out of rice. And it's only green beans left. I think I did pretty good though. I mean, it's almost done, and my nose is like running.
So that's it for our time in Koh Lanta. Counting our accommodation, scooter rental, our visit to Lanta Animal Welfare, and food, our total expenses for today are at $56.62. And over the course of these 2 days, we spent a grand total of $172.57.